When people take a dance class from CeCe Tor, yes, they will be getting different dance styles such as Afrobeats and maybe a little bit of hip hop sprinkled in there, but essentially what you're getting is CeCe Tor. And it's really just a collective of everything that I've learned throughout my dance training.
Hey y'all, hey. So I have been taking CeCe's classes forever, and I just wanted to let y'all see how funny, humble, genuine, talented, and dope she is. So enjoy getting to know her. So we're gonna start off. You're gonna look into that camera.
Okay.
And introduce yourself.
All right, hello everybody. My name is CeCe Tor. I'm a choreographer, dancer, videographer, photographer, creative director, stylist. A little bit of.
She's an artist, bitches.
I'm just an artist, period.
She's an artist. And she uses all her music. Okay. Where's your dance journey, your professional dance journey starting in Atlanta?
My professional dance journey began at Gotta Dance Atlanta, along with Dance 411 as well. I used to take CeCe Kelly's classes, Ricky McKinney,
Definitely.
Sean Bankhead, Neo Lynch, Sakina Lestage, Kiki Eli.
Yeah. This is the lineup.
Yeah, those people were like so important. They played very, very important roles in my fundamental training. So big shout out to all those people. And there's so many more people I'm probably forgetting, but yeah, those people definitely.
So you started your professional career in Atlanta. So tell me about, as a child, like, when did you know like dance was what you wanted to pursue?
I don't think I really knew as a child that dance is what I wanted to pursue, because I didn't know that it was possible really until I saw it, and I saw other people doing it when I moved to Atlanta. So I want to say I probably knew I wanted to be a dancer when I was about 16 years old. That's when I could actually like put it into a sentence, like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to go on tour. I want to travel the world dancing. So probably around 15, 16 years old.
Okay. What are some childhood memories you have with dance?
Childhood memories I have of dance. It's probably actually one of my earliest memories, which is one of my first dance gigs, I guess you could say. Dancing for an African artist back in Sacramento when I was about 5 to 6 years old. Doing traditional African dancing. Like, I may not remember the whole event verbatim, but I have a pretty good idea of how it went down.
Okay, so what were you guys wearing? What was the performance
We were
for?
wearing, I think it was like a wedding or something like that. I don't remember the details too much, but I know that there was this popular African artist. I think he's from Sierra Leone. And it was me and my cousins and a couple other kids that performed, because that was also a thing, like, especially with African cultural dance, they love to see the kids perform. We were wearing these like little grass skirts and these like little Ankara tops, like just wrapped around. In Liberia we call it lapa, or I guess in Nigeria they call it wrapper, but you just wrap it around your top, or you can wrap it around your waist. And of course the little tribal paint. Yeah.
Nice. So what culture are you from particularly?
I am Liberian. My mom is from the Vai tribe, and my dad is from the Cree tribe. But yeah, I'm Liberian. I'm a Liberian girl, first generation American.
Nice. So what was that like? How was your Liberian background? How has it influenced you as a dancer and artist?
It's influenced me in a way that it's motivated me, because I feel like I have an obligation to not only my family, but to my country, to make them proud and uplift them in a way that, you know, a lot of people that are from there may not even like know that what I'm doing is possible, and just by them seeing me they have some type of hope or they're inspired in some type of way to follow their dreams. I just want people to know that it's possible, people from Liberia or not, to know that it's possible to chase your dreams, to do more than make a living from it, and to be happy.
You couldn't see you growing up in Sacramento, so who was your biggest dance influence growing up?
My biggest dance influence growing up was Fatima Robinson. I was obsessed with Michael Jackson, and honestly, watching his music videos, and I know so many dancers say this, but it's the truth. Watching his music videos, his live performances is what really like inspired me to just dance and be great at it, be amazing at it, like be legendary at it. And to, of course, I wanted to meet Michael Jackson, so I'm like, let me become a dancer, because that's probably the only way I can get that close to him. So that's really Fatima Robinson, you know, she choreographed the Remember the Time video, and I just remember like watching her as a kid and just being like, who is this, you know, this black woman who looks similar to me, like maybe what I'm going to look like when I grow up, you know, that's doing these amazing things with Michael Jackson plus more. So that is definitely somebody that I've looked up to my whole life as like goals.
Right. I think we all were obsessed with Michael Jackson, like any performer or dancer today. So let's get into your craziest dance story. Like, what is your craziest story on a gig?
Crazy story on a gig was I got stranded in China. My passport got stolen. My whole purse got stolen. So my money, thankfully not my phone, but everything but my phone was stolen. It was gone. So that's pretty much the worst thing that can happen while you're in another country. So the company that flew us out there to work unfortunately ended up like letting us go, letting my whole crew go. And we basically had to fend for ourselves out in China, like not speaking one lick of Chinese. I had no passport and no backing pretty much. So that was the craziest thing. We figured it out, but it was like, it was surreal. It was like an out of body experience. It's like I was just watching myself go through the motions, and God was just working it out for me. Like when you say let go and let God, that was me in China when my passport got stolen. Like,
wow. Okay. So that's pretty crazy. That's gonna be like I don't feel like anyone can top being stranded in China.
Know. So if anything like that happens to y'all, DM me, hit me up. I'll tell you what you need to do, because it's a whole process. It's a lot.
So if you ever get stranded in China, people remember.
Or anywhere in general, in the country, you just hit me up.
How can they work with you right now, like in your current place in your dance career?
In my current place in my dance career, I'm really just focusing on creating whatever type of content that may be, whether it's photography, choreography, videography. I'm, like you said, I use all mediums, so I'm looking for models, I'm looking for dancers. You don't necessarily have to be an Afrobeat dancer, but just somebody who's willing to learn, and is, you know, just open to instruction. Pretty much that's all I ask for. I mean, of course, you know, you gotta be dope to some extent. But
able to keep up in a class or two.
Yeah, but you know, everybody has their own different thing, I feel like, that they can contribute to this world in general, let alone to me. So yeah, I feel like definitely just start out by taking one of my classes and just talking to me. I think I'm a pretty personable person.
You are. You really are.
Yeah, just talk to me, reach out to me, and I'll try my best to get back to you if you reach out to me on social media or something like that. But honestly, the best way is to just come to my class.
Like, what's in the future for CeCe?
In the future, I really see myself in Africa. I don't know which country. I mean, of course, I'm going to have some type of roots in Liberia, but I see myself, being there 4 months out of the year, being in America 3 months out of the year, being in Europe another 3 months. Like, I just see myself using the world as my playground, pretty much. Like,
right. What are some of your favorite Afrobeats dances and
right now my favorite Afrobeat dance styles are, of course, Niger Street style and Piano. Those two are just like, I don't know what it is. The music, the moves just take me to another place, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Yeah,
I've been learning Niger Street style ever since I saw West Side Lifestyle for the first time. I think like in 2017, when I saw their video and how they were like, all of their videos really, and how they were bringing like their cultural dances to the mainstream, and that was just like so mind blowing to me. It made me want to go back, and I did. It made me go back home and learn, my cultural dances and things that my personal culture had to offer. So, shout out to West Side Lifestyle. Like, they have been a huge, huge inspiration to me and my moves, my choreography, how I move, all of that. So
nice. And what was it like being a first generation American? And how did it make you feel that Afrobeats was becoming like entering to the mainstream?
Well, it was our connection, with back home, because for us it's like our parents tell us, oh, y'all not African, y'all American children, blah blah blah, and then you go to school and they call you African booty scratchers, so you like, which one is it? So we're kind of stuck in this limbo where we don't necessarily feel like we belong anywhere, which can be very confusing to a child. But when we hear Afrobeats, which is a mixture of African music and jazz and Western music as well, I guess now you can say, that was like the bridging of the gap, pretty much. That music, in a sense, is us in musical form. So that's how I feel like Afrobeats appealed to me so much, because, like, whether I talk with an American accent or an African accent, when you see me dance, I'm African. Like, you can't fake that shit. So that was why Afrobeats appealed to me so much, because it's like, this is my language. Like, I felt like I was one of the first to do, to go that route, basically. I mean, in my family, I'm the first dancer. Like, I don't have any older cousins. I don't have any older sisters, brothers, anybody that I can go to and be like, what did you do, to book this audition? Or, like how my sister's a nurse. She has so many of my aunts that, she could call on to get advice from. But for me, I was pretty much the trailblazer of my family to follow a dream that was just so far left from what everybody else in the family was doing. So it was a little tough. My parents didn't always understand it, but even though we didn't always see eye to eye, they still always loved me through it. I never felt any love was lost, even if we didn't see eye to eye on the path that I was going with. They were always there.
Right.
So,
and I think that's a lot because you're showing like you're doing work and it's actually being fruitful. I think that's important.
Oh, but I mean, even when it wasn't fruitful, they were still, I might have been getting a little cuss out every day, but They were still
nice.
there, and you know, I hear so many like horror stories of dancers that are homeless, and you know, that's like sleeping on their friends' couches and like from years, you know. And I've just been so blessed to say that that wasn't my story. You know, it could have been, but thankfully, you know, I come from a family that's like, you know, I may not agree with what you're doing, but you're not gonna be in the street.
Right. I appreciate you so much. You were the first class I found that was teaching Afrobeats, like when I came back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was looking for it too. I was like, this has to, someone is teaching it, someone has to be a thing. All right, y'all, this is our first summer dancing tutorial, and CeCe's gonna be our first instructor, right? So she about to get us right. I'm just gonna be in the back, okay? Follow along with her, don't watch me as much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here to support.
All right, so the first move you're doing, we're gonna do just the feet. Your right foot is tapping back and it's crossing over just a little bit. And it steps back in place. Then your left foot goes back, pretty much doing the same thing, and then it comes back in place. The counts are and 1 and 2. Your arms now, let's add the arms. It's gonna be opposite arm, opposite leg. So if your right leg is going back, your left arm is coming up, and 1 and 2. So start from the top, the legs with the arms together. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 and 2. Little faster. 5, 6, 7,